All right. So, last thing, she's back.
Who is the idiot?
And she spoke at some event. I think it was in California somewhere.
Who's the skinny scarecrow she's dancing with?
So he's, I guess, a content creator, reporter,
And
and
he looks kind of a little sweet, doesn't he? And he. By the way,
he is sweet, but he during the campaign. Wait 1 second. During the campaign, because he's on TikTok, he was doing a lot of TikTok videos. He was like pro Kamala, and this is him giving her a quick interview. Let me just play this real quick.
Wait a minute. Remember our discussion earlier? That is a dandy. Look at it. That's what a dandy looks.
I see, but see, maybe with the suit, but I'm sorry, with the behavior, no, because there are a lot of men who are.
But that's the kind of behavior associated. That's the kind of behavior associated with a dandy.
They said Kamala getting jiggy with it. Yeah, she always dancing.
Yeah, so what's that got to do with foreign policy?
How many showdowns and gatherings or parties they would have had at the White House if she became president already?
That's all she could do.
So I want to play this clip of her this is like one of her first.
Do I have to listen to that?
Yes, it's only a minute. It's only a minute and 12 seconds. It's only a minute and 12 seconds.
How are you doing, Madam Vice President?
I am well, my dear. I am well. Thank you for asking.
So, how are you in this moment maintaining your Black joy?
Listen, I feel very blessed. I have an incredible husband who's here right now. Hey, Doug. And an incredible circle of friends who are family. And I think it's just important to be with, those people who love you and care about you and get you.
Have you learned the boots on the ground dance yet?
I have not. You know what? I know. Will you teach me?
I will.
Okay, I'm serious. We can do it together.
You serious?
I'm very serious.
Okay, we will get this after that.
All
right, sway. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now cross. All right, here we go. What? Here we go. I knew you would get it. I'm gonna grab you as you just learned it.
That does not belong in the White House nor the observatory.
Mm-hmm. And that's all would have been in the White House.
And actually, she didn't answer the question. He says, "How are your Black friends? How's your blackness holding up?"
No, he said something about Black joy.
Yeah. Okay. Now,
how are you doing, Madam President? And then he asked, so how are you in this moment maintaining your Black joy? But she's not Black.
That's what I'm saying. She ain't Black. Her husband's Jewish and white, and the rest of her family is Hindu and white. So where is the Black joy? She evaded the answer because she evaded the question because she has no answer.
And then she went and then she acknowledged her white husband. Now,
and wait a minute. What does that have to do with Blackness? This is about President of the United States.
So what does Blackness have to do with her maintaining her Black joy? There's no joy if you're the president.
What the hell does that have? What does that mean?
Joy. You think you was going to be the commander?
You know what it sounds like? Strength through joy. You know where that phrase comes from?
What is that, Hitler?
Yeah, exactly. 1934, strength through joy.
That was her slogan during her campaign.
Yeah, I know. That's what it sounds like. She had a fascist statement. And by the way, anthropologically, what she is an Aryan. Now, where else have we heard Aryan? Aryan Superman. That's your archetypical Nazi. But they lied about it. They're not blonde-haired and blue-eyed. They look just like Queenly here.
So let's go to another one. Jasmine Crockett.
Oh, God.
She was
wearing a coonskin cap, Miss Crockett. Yeah, Davy Crockett.
She was doing a commencement. I don't know where. I ain't feel like looking it up because it's not that important to me.
There are going to be people that tell you that you don't belong, and I am here to tell you over and over and over that you absolutely belong. There are people that are going to tell you that there is not a table in which there is a seat for you, but I am here to remind you of Montgomery and those folding chairs. Let me tell you that we know how to use a chair, whether we pulling it up or we doing something else with it. Let me be the first one to tell you that I know that y'all are ready to put your boots on the ground.
Oh, so we're gonna do boots on the ground dance?
That's your cue. There we go. Hey.
You ready? Where them fans at? Where them fans at?
Why is it black people got to do all this dancing?
You know what? And then they got to pick. I refuse. I have never learned a line dance. You know why?
I can't stand a line dance.
You know what my nickname was been for years? They're doing that. I can't get nobody to dance with me dance. That's what you get when you can't get anybody to come ask you to get on the flash.
You got the former VP line dancing. You got the mammy Congresswoman line dancing. It was Tougaloo College or University where she was getting commenced. What she took on with the folding chairs? Back in your day or your parents' day, the folding chairs.
Now, they have a habit of throwing folding chairs. I've been at a few functions where they got to throwing folding chairs.
Remember the Alabama boat ride. Well, I'm not done with Jasmine Crockett just yet because
coonskin cap. She got that coonskin cap on her head with that coon seeping in through the. Well, she ain't got any roots to that. She just got maybe glue.
But she was saying how DEI is racist, but she contradicted herself because it was just a month ago. She said she was a DEI.
Oftentimes than not. And instead of publicly calling us the N-word, they use racist epithets and suggest that we're ghetto or unqualified or diversity hires. Even though we're all more, oftentimes than not, more educated and qualified than they are. And instead of publicly... When I first became a public defender, I had no criminal defense experience. And I walked in and I told my boss, Charlie, I said, listen, you should hire me. He said, why? I said, because I'm black. When I first became a public... More educated and...
And this is her talking about how this administration is trying to turn back the hands of time, I guess, with civil rights or something.
Slashing funding for HBCUs and rolling back civil rights enforcement across federal agencies. Let me repeat what
stop
that means.
That. Fact check.
To roll back civil rights enforcement across federal agencies.
Stop that. This administration has ramped up the funds for HBCUs. Now, what does she mean about cutting them?
He just issued an in-depth executive order.
Yeah, he increased them. So what the hell is she talking about? Is she just ignorant or is she just lying on purpose?
This is the so-called DEI attacks that we continue to endure in this country. This is their way of trying to roll back the Civil Rights Act of 1964 that so many died and bled for.
You didn't.
Mr. Speaker, this is not just about policy disagreement. This is about direct attacks on Black futures, Black prosperity, and Black freedom. This is about right versus wrong, point blank. But here's what they don't understand. We've seen this playbook, and every time they've attempted to silence us, erase us, and hold us down, we've resisted and we've pushed this country closer to the ideals it claims to hold. They are trying to bury us. But what they don't realize is that we are seeds and still we rise. I stand here a proud Black woman and a proud member of the Congressional Black Caucus, and I refuse to stand by while this administration tries to turn back the hands of time. We will resist. We will continue speaking truth to power, and we will keep organizing until everybody is free. Because in the words of Fannie Lou Hamer, nobody's free until everybody's free. I yield back.
I call BS bullshit. I was there when it was going down, and I don't like DEI because it gets incompetence in positions like her.
And this is Trump criticizing her.
I can't name one Democrat. I mean, I look at the Democrats, they're in total disarray. They have a new person named Crockett. I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person. And they said, she's the future of the party. I said, I can't.
I'd agree. I really would. I agree.
And she said that she wants to officially run for a ranking member of the House Oversight Committee following Representative Connolly's announcement that he'll be stepping down. So she wants to take his place. And this is her talking about it.
But I am the vice ranker on the Oversight Committee, and if given an opportunity to lead, I am ready to go on day one.
And so you are throwing your hat in the ring for that?
If there is an election, he's not resigned his post, but we know that he's not seeking re-election, so it may be next term before that post opens.
Why do you think that you would be the best Democrat to take that position?
Because I think
which is essentially to fight the president and his agenda.
Exactly, it is. Listen, oversight has so much latitude. But beyond that, we are allowed to conduct investigations. We are allowed to send out subpoenas and get documents. And here's the deal. My legal experience, I think, helps me be able to kind of guide through that part. But one thing we've always done really well as Democrats is get down and do the work. But we've got to communicate what it is that we were able to get in that work and translate it. And so I think that I can not only do the work, but make sure that people understand this is why we're having these problems at the FDA. This is why we're having these problems at the VA. This is why we have planes that are falling out of the sky. It is to do the investigation, find out about these firings and how they are impacting us. The information that this administration wants to hide from the American people, I want to make sure I can shine a light on it.
I'd like to shine a light on your chicanery and foolishness too.
But my thing is, why didn't you shine a light on it when Biden was in office for the 4 years?
Yeah, I know. And we know you're deep in the pockets.
And how is he trying to hide something that you guys caused?
Yeah, and the other thing is, hey, it's your fault. You did it. You support it. And all he's doing is exposing it. So he's hiding it. He's putting a searchlight on it.
She contradicted herself.
I know. And she's so deep into the rainbow pocket. I mean, you know, she got
illegal. She's deep into the illegal migrant pocket.
Yeah, well, that's part of the rainbow agenda. So what is she? Rainbow? Is she needs to come on out the closet or something?
Oh, this is what I wanted to show you. So you said,
I mean, it's 21st century. I suppose it's all right, but I mean, why don't you just come on out the closet?
This is the very last thing, and this is quick, and this goes back to the Met Gala, right? So the black dandy, black fashion, black men in fashion. This white girl showed up at the Met because it's all about the tailoring, right? Self-tailored to your body and be creative with it. But this is disrespect. This is her outfit.
Well, I can't see much of it. Let's see.
But it's the panties. The disrespect is the panties. And you know
why I know, because most of the people that are the dandies wouldn't appreciate the panties on a girl. Have them on themselves.
No, right? No.
What
he had the designer design the face of Rosa Parks on her panties.
How can you see that?
Well, okay, let me zoom it in. Let me make this bigger here. Give me a second. All right, can you see it?
I don't see anything. Okay, well, maybe that's an exposition on
you see the faces?
Maybe that's an exposition on black female power. I don't know.
She's white.
So what?
You don't.
They might have a little in there.
I don't care. No. I don't care if she was black. Why would you have Rosa Parks' face on your panties?
Got them everywhere else.
No, you don't walk around with Rosa Parks
Oh,
on your
they
cooch.
make all kinds of things.
On your cooch. Come on, Judge. Come
We're
on.
too sensitive. We need to get over.
Parks on the panties, and that's her homage to.
I mean, what is would that turn anybody on? Obviously, it's supposed.
No, it actually turns people off and she's the one that was caught saying some racial slurs on social media or whatever. But
Okay, then she's
you
making
put her face on panties as a sign of.
She's making a statement. We have a First Amendment. She's got a right to do that. I mean, there is some collateral fallout, but that's just
really so
consequences of having free speech.
Listen, you admire Malcolm X, right?
Yeah.
What if some man put his face on his boxer brief in the front part?
That's his business.
That's sick.
But it may be, but it's right under the Constitution.
I'm not talking about whether she has a right to do it, but I'm saying it's still disrespectful.
I don't care. It's her right to do it. She can be as disrespectful as you can.
But you know why you defending her? Because she a young thing.
No, that's
and
not
she
why,
looks good in this outfit. That's why.
You know why I'm doing it?
She was unattractive.
You know why I'm doing it? When the coast was clear to make this future anything we wanted it to be for the last 50 years, Hollywood, black entertainers, black media has tried to glorify dysfunction, and it has taken it to this negative thing where it's like a competition to see how many times in a sentence you can say the N word. It's like a competition to see how many times you can get away with saying the N word in a movie. It's about how many times you can talk about dysfunction in the course of some hip hop gangster rap production.
It says Joe would be mad if it was Nancy Reagan. Yeah, if that was Nancy Reagan wearing those pants.
Look, Nancy Reagan was usually so high it was pathetic. So I mean, she was the Valium queen. So I mean, Nancy Reagan doesn't impress me. And I don't care. You can ridicule her all you want.
Attractive.
This is America. You can ridicule anybody all you want if they are a public figure. It may be offensive, but the person has a right to be offensive.
You have a right, but you have a right to be offensive. But I'm just saying it's offensive.
It may be, but get over it.